If you don't like the way I talk, then why am I on your mind? If you don't like the way I rock, then finish your glass of wine. We fight and we argue, you still love me blind. If we don't mess this whole thing up, guarantee I can blow your mind. Mwah. And tonight I'm alive in a dollar sign, guarantee I can blow your mind. Mwah. And tonight I'm alive in a dollar sign, guarantee I can blow your mind. Mwah, 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 mwah. Isn't that fun? I actually recorded like 10 minutes of this prior, and it actually wasn't recording the whole time. So that was really interesting, and I really enjoyed that. Hi, you guys! I am Bethany Haven, your host of The Buzz with Beth. Woo! Guys, it has been a day. These last 10 minutes have probably been the low point, considering I just talked and talked for 10 minutes, and it caught none of it. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I got my water. Anyway, today's been pretty good. Pretty, if you want to know. However, I did find out something kind of sour today. I have a hater. I know. Absolutely insane. I'm kidding. Join the club, honestly. I have a lot of people who don't like me. That's fine. But I did find out I have a hater for the podcast specifically, and kind of me. This one was kind of crazy. So, story time. Woo! Okay. Of course, if you didn't know, I have a podcast called The Buzz with Beth, if you didn't know. And I've been trying to post little clips of it that I make, just on like all the social media platforms, because I want to promote myself. Duh. So I made the very, very, very poor decision to post on Snapchat. Now, I'm not very well versed in the Snapchat world. I really don't understand how it works completely. So I moved forward with adding probably about 1,000 people. I don't know. I was just feeling really good about it. And didn't know any of them. But when I posted clips, if anyone even messaged me at all, it was basically just, oh, this is so funny. Wow, this is awesome. Like stuff like that. And I was like, wow, I'm getting so much love. It's never going to stop. It stopped. I found out today that I have a hater because they let me know that they didn't like me. It was kind of weird. They messaged me on Snapchat with the clip of the video I posted, and they said, "Aw, the poor fat lady." First of all, low-hanging fruit. We all know I'm fat. Second of all, are you being sarcastic or not? Third of all, you're disgusting. Anyway, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to respond, but I am going to take a screenshot of it, because the first thing I thought was, oh my god, I'm totally saying this on the podcast. So I took a screenshot of it, and I guess when you screenshot something on Snapchat, it alerts the other person. I did know this, but I think I forgot in the moment, and then I saw it pop up like, oh, you took a screenshot, and I was like, ugh, well, oh well. But I guess they found out, and they messaged back, and they were like, yeah, you screenshot it, and you tell everybody that I'm a hater. I don't care. I'll tell them myself that I'm a hater. And I was like, whoa. Screenshot. Took another screenshot. Still didn't say anything. In the whole interaction, I never responded. I just took screenshots. And then they were like, what are you going to tell them? That make sure you say a sergeant is mean to a woman, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what? Screenshot. And I guess they're like in the military or something. I don't know. And then they were like, I lost so many friends and soldiers overseas just to watch these corny videos that you profit off of. He said that you make money off of. Hold your horses. You think this is good enough to make money off of? I wish I made money off of it. Are you crazy? I have 2 episodes out and 25 subscribers on YouTube. You think I'm making money off of this? I wish. So someone's going to have to sponsor me. That's really the moral of the story. Someone is gonna have to sponsor me. It was crazy, guys. And then I just took another screenshot, and he was like, "Yeah, I want the publicity." And I took another screenshot, and then he started backtracking, and he was like, "Honestly, I don't even think the person in the video is fat or did anything wrong. I just wanted to cause chaos and unrestedness or something." They said something like that, and I was like, "Screenshot," and then I blocked them. So that happened. I ended up looking them up on Facebook just to see, you know what, where are they coming from? Hate to say it, I don't know where they get off on the ugly train when, brother, look in the mirror. They had a photo posted of them with the devil horns from Snapchat, that filter, and they were like, with the devil horns, you look stupid. At least I don't do that. It's fine. Did it hurt my feelings? Yes. Any hate I get is going to hurt my feelings a little bit. But at the end of the day, at least I don't take photos of myself with the devil filter on Snapchat, you know? So you win some, you lose some. But it was crazy. So I found out I had a hater, but it's fine. Join the club. Anyway, I want to just go ahead and get right into my celebrity crush of the week. I say it as if this comes out every week. I do want to reiterate, it's a bi-weekly podcast. Oh my god! Speaking of, because it's bi-weekly, I record 1 week and then the next week I edit and it comes out. But last week I didn't get to record, so I'm doing this really, really, really late. It's Friday. This comes out on Monday, so I'm gonna have to edit so fast. I think I can get it all edited tonight. Because honestly, it's not that difficult to edit once you kind of get the hang of it. But I don't know. We'll see. It'll be out on time, but I'm probably gonna have to suffer because of it. But that's okay. Anyway, my celebrity crush of the week. Now, I had a lot of contenders for the celebrity crush. I just need to take a drink of water. Pause. Okay. I had a lot of contenders for the celebrity crush of the week, but I ended up landing on Jason Segal. Now, if you don't know who he is, this probably isn't the podcast for you. I don't know what to say. Jason Segal, he was Marshall on How I Met Your Mother, if you've ever seen the show. I think that's kind of what he's most known for. Or maybe not. Maybe I don't know anything. I never claimed to be a Know Everything podcast. Anyway, he was so unbelievably funny on How I Met Your Mother. And his relationship with his wife on the show, Lily, I yearn for. And, you know, he's a funny person. He's a funny actor, a comedy actor. So, of course, I am going to have a crush on him. I mean, that's all it really takes. And he's in a new show called Shrinking, I'm pretty sure. I'm saying it like I haven't seen it. I've seen it. Hilarious. So funny. So good. I'm pretty sure it was nominated for a Golden Globe. It's been nominated for a couple things, but when I watched the Golden Globes, it was nominated for one. It didn't win, unfortunately. It should have. Anyway, Jason Segal. I love him. He's so funny. And apparently in real life, he's like such a funny, cool guy. And that's what I need. That's what I need. I can't have anything. I can't have anything. Anyway, what's next? Oh my god. Guys, you're not going to believe what happened to me. You know how I just said a second ago I can't have anything? It's true. I can't even have a normal interaction. So I was at school. I'm in college. I was going to the dining hall to get some Subway. And I was with my sister. And she was ahead of me. And they were like making the sandwich. Of course, we got the same thing. Except she has more mayo than I do. And the guy was like, how much mayo do you want? And she was like, only a lot. She wanted a lot. And then it got to me. And I was like, I don't know where my mind was. I was very hyperfixated on the fact that he looked like Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I was like, you look like Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle. I didn't say it, but I just was like, you're Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle. I couldn't stop thinking it. And then he asked me how much mayo I want. And I had recently been talking about food aversion. And I was like, only a little. This is what I meant to say. Only a little. I have an aversion. What I actually did say, he was like, how much mayo you want? Holding the thing. He said, how much mayo? And I said, only a little. I'm a virgin. And he was like, only a little. I'm a virgin. Shoot me between the eyes. Why can't I be normal? Why can't I have a normal interaction? Why do I say things? Why did I say that? Why did I say that? I was like, my head was just, you're Malcolm in the Middle. I'm a virgin. In case you were curious, I am a virgin. Just letting you know. I only want a little bit of mayo. I'm a virgin. And so that was really cool. That was really interesting. I wasn't embarrassed at all. It's fine. I got my sandwich. It was delicious. Thank you, Malcolm. Now, next topic. Okay. Are you guys ready? I wanted to talk about some of my favorite TV shows. That's wrong. Didn't mean to say that. I wanted to talk about some of my favorite television concepts mixed with some of my favorite TV shows. It kind of goes hand in hand a little bit. So, just before I get started, I'm kind of an oldie, you know? I like old shows. So, first on the list is the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I can already tell you, I'm sure most of you don't even know what the show is. It was a show from the 1970s, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I love this show. The fashion's amazing. The characters are interesting. And did I say the fashion was amazing? And the characters are interesting. The storylines are good. And there's like a feminist drive to it, which was so like not even heard of in the 70s. It talked about sex. It talked about birth control. It talked about suicide. It was so ahead of its time. And for that reason, I love the show. And I see myself as a Mary and a Rhoda. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, get on it. The show's on Hulu. My second show, Best Concepts, The Golden Girls. I love The Golden Girls. This was a show from the 80s. It's also on Hulu if you want to watch. And it's hold on, I gotta count. Rose, Dorothy, Sophia, Blanche. Rose, Dorothy, Sophia, Blanche. Rose, Dorothy, Sophia, Blanche. That's all the characters, right? Yes, it is. 4 older women. They all come together and they start living in the same house. And there, at the time, there was like no shows ever of like women of an older age living life alone. None of them are. My computer shut off for a second. I'm still having problems. Anyway, it was like older women, and you didn't have any shows that were depicting older women all living together, all single. Some of them had like, maybe it was even all of them. No, their husbands were like deceased. No, it wasn't all of them. They're either deceased or they were divorced. They were single, living together, depending on each other, and they formed like this beautiful friendship. And it's just one of the best shows ever. And you really didn't have shows like that at the time, and you still don't, honestly. Like, there's not many shows depicting older people, and at least in a way that's like, you know, human. But yeah, I really like that show. It's on Hulu if you want to watch it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. It's so unbelievably funny. I love that show. Third show is Frasier. This is from the 90s. Frasier is interesting. It is a spinoff of Cheers. So Cheers, I have never seen Cheers, but I know it kind of takes place at the bar, and there's a character in it named Frasier who is a psychiatrist or therapist. It's psychiatrist. And he ended up getting his own show called Just Frasier, or it's not called Just Frasier, it's called Frasier. And I'm not typically someone who's on board with spin-off shows, but it was such a good show. It got 11 seasons of its own, which is like unheard of for a spin-off show. It was so funny. The writing was so intelligently written because it wasn't just the dialogue was they were using terms that not the average person would know. Like almost like how the Big Bang Theory did. They use a bunch of scientific terms. Well, same thing with Frasier. And it was so ahead of its time. The storylines were so funny, and the concept of the show itself is so interesting because he moves from Boston, which is where Cheers is like set. He moves from Boston to Seattle, where he's originally from, and he has a radio show where he listens to people's calls and he helps them figure out their problems and stuff because he's a psychiatrist. And it's so interesting to see that. And he's just like, I'm listening. I love it. They recently rebooted the show, which is so crazy because it's actually good. It's actually good. I've seen it. It doesn't have a lot of the same characters because some of them are dead, but it's actually good. And I'm like I said before, I'm kind of like against spin-offs, reboots, and stuff, but it's actually very well written, and I feel like the intention is there for like it's not just for money, but to have a good show. And so I really appreciate that. But Frasier itself is so funny. The characters are so interesting. In the show, Frasier has a brother Niles, who is like one of my favorite television characters of all time. It's such a good show. It's what's it on? I think it's also on Hulu. I'm pretty sure. I like Hulu. That's probably my go-to streaming service. Next one. Modern Family. Oh! Modern Family is so good. We all know it. The writing is so funny. All of the characters are interesting in their own way, and it's diverse in its own ways. It's not something you see a lot. Like a family that's they're all so different and like connected in one way or another. It's really cool to see. And the writing is so good. Once again, it had so many seasons before it got canceled. But it's written so well, and the characters have such good chemistry. I know they're all like friends in real life. So it works so well. So that's a good one. This is kind of where it gets to like my favorite shows, mixing it with like good concept shows. But yeah, here's a good one. Living Single is so good. If you don't know what Living Single is, it's because Friends overshadowed it. I mean, that's the simplest way to put it. Living Single came out a year before Friends aired, and as we know, like Friends, a hilarious show. I mean, it's one of the great shows of all time. But Living Single came a year before that, and it got overshadowed by Friends, unfortunately, because Living Single itself is such a good show. It's like all these women like living together. I don't know if all of them live together. I think one of them didn't live there in the same place, but they're friends and they're like kind of taking on the world together. I know Queen Latifah's character. I love Queen Latifah, by the way. I love Queen Latifah. Anyway, her character like owned her own magazine. It was so cool. And it was so funny. It did not, like I stand by this and I'll die on this hill. It didn't get the attention it deserved. That show is so funny. And if you haven't seen it, it's on Hulu, I think. Oh my God. If it's not on Hulu, just look it up. It's somewhere. Next one, The Middle. If you haven't seen The Middle, I'm pretty sure it was on ABC. I think it's on Hulu. Is everything on Hulu? Oh my God. I could literally sponsor Hulu. What? Okay, The Middle. The Middle was about a family that was like poor to middle class, and 2 parents, 3 kids. All of the kids were like really different and weird in their own way, and the family didn't have a lot of money. And basically the show is just like a poor family making it work, getting into all these like crazy situations. It's hilarious, and it's really something you don't see on television very often. Like the way it was written and depicted it was so new and different than everything else, which is why it was so successful. It ran for a lot of seasons. It was so funny. I miss that show. I remember I would get in bed with my mom every like Thursday or something, and we'd watch it when it aired. It was so good. Here's the next one. I'll give you a hint. A single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops, with chill hands in the heart of a fire. I'm a survivor. Reba! I love Reba. That show is so good. They don't have many shows anymore where it's just like a famous person having their own show called their name. And I feel like a lot of shows like, they have a show and this isn't even their area. Like, they're not actors, because Reba's a singer. Reba McEntire, she's a singer. But she got her own show, and she's an amazing actress. The writing was so good. Like, all the characters were different in their own way. It was kind of a broken family. Reba in the show got cheated on and by the neighbor. With the neighbor, her and her husband, they got together, and Reba hates her neighbor. The whole thing, hilarious. My favorite character is Van, who was oh my god, in Shameless, if you didn't know. It's just so good. I love that show. What else? Oh, here's a good one. You probably know it. Okay. We're back. What was I doing? Oh, okay. Next show. Here's one you might know of. It's kind of newer, I guess. It's not going anymore, but it's kind of new. Fleabag. Fleabag is so well written and so funny, and it makes you feel all of the feels. It's one of those shows, like, it's so different. You don't hear about things like effing your priest. You don't hear about that. That's not written in cinema. You don't hear about that. Or cheating on your friend's boyfriend and then them killing themselves to make a point. You don't see that in TV. It was such a well-written show. Like, I want to be like Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I want to so bad. She's like my idol. I love her. That is like one of the funniest shows. That's on Amazon Prime. Prime Video. What else? Okay, last show. Everyone Loves Raymond. That's not the show name. Everybody Loves Raymond. This show, like late 90s, early 2000s, I think is when it was. This was just like crazy family. And it was a cool concept. I mean, I'm not going to say it hadn't been done before. I mean, I don't know. But it was so well written. It was like its own thing. You had like a family whose parents lived across the street, and they visited all the time. Like, overbearing mother who's horrible to the wife. Hey, I know all about that. And it's such a good, funny show. That's on, what's that on? I think that's on Hulu too, right? No. It's on Peacock, right? No. Yes. I don't know. I never claimed to know. I don't. Anyway, but yeah, that's my top 10 list of shows. Was that 10? Shoot, was that 9? Oops. Sorry. Anyway, next topic. We're 3 episodes in, guys. I'm not gonna get better at segueing. I mean, I think we just gotta take it for what it is. I'm not good at it. I suck at it. Anyway, next topic. This one's kind of crazy. The horrors, the trials and tribulations with middle school choir. I'm just going to remind you guys once again. When I was in middle school, I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a singer so bad. Not even just in middle school, elementary school too. And when I was in elementary school, I was in choir as well, but it was a club. It was an after-school program type thing. So it was a extracurricular, if you will. So I was in that, but I hated it because I didn't like standing there forever and ever. So when I got to middle school, I decided I did not want to take choir, and I didn't sign up for it. However, when we got our schedules, they had put me in choir, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't sign up for this. What am I going to do? But I get there, and I actually liked it. It wasn't so bad. I liked it the first year. Didn't like it my 7th grade year. Hated it my 8th grade year. It got worse and worse and worse. In my 6th grade year, it wasn't the best, to be fair, but like, I was like, I'll do it again. I shouldn't have. But my 6th grade year, someone called me Bethany Crotch. Oh! If you didn't know, my last name isn't Haven. I'm not going to say what my last name actually is, even though it's actually on my Instagram in a photo. But, I just realized that it is on Instagram. Anyway, it's fine. They called me Bethany Crotch. Crotch. Why would they do that? That was embarrassing. 2, when I was in 7th grade, I auditioned for a solo. I didn't get it. But that's okay. I just wanted to put that in there, that I deserved it. Anyway. But one time, this moment haunts me. And it was nothing I even did. But I cannot get over the fact that it happened, and I need answers. So if anyone I went to middle school with, and I was in choir with specifically, if you know why this happened, you better be telling me. Because I'm still confused and I have answers. Here's what happened. I was in 7th grade choir, and we were like 5 minutes before our choir concert. We were just standing outside of the cafeteria stage, and we were just waiting in line to go on. This guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, are you dating? Let me come up with a name. Are you dating Benny? I think I've used this name before. Are you dating Benny? And I was like, no. Mind you, I was not popular in middle school. I never got into any kind of drama, like real drama. And no one was ever suspecting I was dating somebody. No, they just weren't. So this is the first time something like this had happened to me, when there could even have been like a rumor going around about me. He's like, are you dating Benny? And I was like, no. Mind you, I've never spoke to Benny. I don't know why this is happening. And then he was like, oh, okay. And walked away. And as he's walking away, I was like, wait, why did you say that? And he never responded. And I never got to ask him again. I'm so confused. Why did they think I was dating Benny? What were they saying about me? Why did they think? Did Benny have a crush on me? That's never happened before. I need to know. I'm actually friends with someone I was in middle school choir with, and I'm going to ask them because I have to know. And if they say I don't remember, then the mystery lives on. But yeah, middle school choir was crazy. Another time, this is wild too. I had auditioned for a solo. We were doing a song from Beauty and the Beast, and I auditioned just to say the word bonjour. Bonjour? Bonjour. I don't know how to say it correctly. It's fine. But it was like bonjour, 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 bonjour. You know? Kind of like that. I always am singing on this podcast. I don't know. Anyway. But I just auditioned to say one bonjour. Right? And so I went up and I auditioned with a bunch of other people. And they're like, okay, go sit down. And then the next day. This is so embarrassing. This is crazy. My teacher was like, okay, Bethany, we're ready. I want you to sing the solo. And I was like, oh, I get to do my bonjour. And she was like, no, the solo where you actually sing. And it was like a bunch of words from the song. And I was like, I didn't audition. She's like, yeah, you did. You auditioned. You auditioned for this. And I was like, no, I didn't. Because I didn't. I didn't audition for this. And she was like, yes, you did. And I was like, okay. Because I couldn't speak up for myself. And I was just like, I don't know what I sang, but I was like, Beauty and the Beast or something like that. And I did so unbelievably bad that the person in front of me turned around. They were like, little pitchy, but it was good. And turned around. And I was like, do you want me to die? I think my choir teacher was actually going out for the jugular. She embarrassed me a lot. However, my 8th grade year, I actually did end up getting a solo for something else, like a song from The Little Mermaid. I said like one word. One time there was this like choir competition, and no, I'm lying. One time we were singing I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack, and I tried to audition for that, but choir singing is different than regular singing. In real singing, it's like, I hope you did, but choir singing is like, I hope you dance. You sing like you're saying, mommy. You sing like a baby. You're like, I hope you dance. That's choir singing. It's not good. At least not at my school. It sucked, but I auditioned and I tried to do like the mommy, that kind of voice because that's what they liked. I still didn't get it. Hey, you win some, you lose some. But it's fine. The popular girl did end up getting it. I was an alto, and to all my alto friends out there, we never got nothing. We never got nothing. Ain't nothing. All the ladies round the world. Ain't nothing. All the guys in Anyway. But yeah, middle school was crazy. A lot of crazy stuff happened. What else happened? Oh, I just thought of one. We used to have talent show days. Like, if our teacher wasn't there, we'd have a sub and it'd be like talent show day. And one time I went up there and I did kind of almost like a stand-up set. And it went over really, really well. Like, people were laughing. It was great. And so the next time we had like a talent show day, I tried to go up and do it again. But I made it like, it was the year La La win. Oh my God. It was the year at the Oscars. La La Land won so many awards, and then they ended up calling the wrong name, and it was like Moonlight one or something. And so I wanted to like make fun of it, and so I went up there, but I had the name wrong, and I started calling it the Grammys. Anyway, I messed up the mic. I called it the Grammys the whole time, and I tried to do a lot of crowd work and get them involved and being like, you won! They were not into it. They were stone cold the entire time, and I was just up there like, La La Land won. And then a few days later, this girl I hated so much, and I still do to this day. She came up behind me. She's like, hey, I wanted to tell you because I'm such a good person. You were wrong. It was the Oscars, not the Grammys. I just know because I really watch that stuff. And I was like, thanks. To that girl, I just want you to know, I still hate you. I hate you not even because of that, but I hate you for so many other reasons. You suck, and you have a really big head. But I hope you're doing well. Oh, we have fun. We really do. I feel like this episode isn't going to be as long, which is the point, because they've been too long, according to my mom. She's just like, you gotta try to cut it down, which I agree. I do. Anyway, for my last topic, I kind of want to talk about. I want to discuss. I mean, come on. I'm doing a podcast for a reason, guys. I want to be famous. Duh. And I will be. But here's the thing. I don't think people understand why I want to be famous. It's not for the money. It's not for the glory. It's not for the power. I want money, power, and glory. Hallelujah. I'm gonna take it further. That's not why. I want to become famous because I want people to make TikTok edits about me. I want people to edit me to S&M. I want people to edit me to, I don't know. I want people to edit me to, like, songs. I want people to make sexy edits of me. And because I want this so bad, I'm literally going to give you guys content, okay? If you're an audio listener, you're not going to really catch this, but it's fine. Okay. I'm going to do some poses and stuff that you can use for these TikTok edits. And I'm expecting them. Okay? Are you ready? Okay. So that so edit that to like S&M or something. Make a sexy edit of me. I want that so bad. That's why I want to be famous. That's why I want to be famous. I want to be scrolling under the hashtag The Buzz with Beth and see sexy edits of me. That's right. I said it. I said it. Sue me. Send me to jail. That's what I want. And if that makes me a bad person, if that makes me a narcissist, then I'm a narcissist. Meow. Oh my god. Okay. This has been The Buzz with Beth. I have been your host, Bethany Haven. Before I leave, though, I don't know if everyone knows what this is. This is actually a Christmas ornament. If you're an audio listener, you're not going to catch this. I have like a little apple hanging off of my mic, and it's a little Christmas ornament. And inside of it is like a hole where like a worm would have ate, and in it is a little worm grandmother reading a book, and she has a lamp. It's really cute, really amazing. I just want to say that before I went away. Bye. I love you so much. And you better make TikTok edits of me.